Don't have a lot of money? I got you. Hey guys, Nutnfancy, another high value folding knife review. It is summer 2012. I really like the looks of these blades. It is the Crown from Kershaw. Obviously I have two to show you right now. First up is this one. Here's the packaging. Crown 2, that's model 3150X, as you can see. I think both of these knives, by the way, have been around a while in the Kershaw lineup. I don't know if they're outstanding sellers, but they're selling good enough to keep in the lineup. Speaking of being around for a while, check out this package covered in dust. I've been meaning to get to this KRV for a long time now. This is 3160, as you can see, BWLMX. I think that's what this one goes to. It's the blue micarta. Let's start off with looking at how handsome this knife is. Very loveless looking, don't you think? That gorgeous tapering drop point, just like it. If we jump into philosophy of use, I would say this might surprise you, but gift item first and foremost, because these knives are affordable. I'm talking way affordable. We'll talk about value here in a little bit. Great gift item for your dad, your brother, whoever. They're not the lightest knives around, and we often get that when we go into those really high value Taiwanese or Chinese produced knives. I think this one is China. Yep. This one in my hand is 4 ounces. For me, that's too heavy as an EDC blade. I've talked about that in some other videos. And this one's 3.2 ounces. Now, if this is the only knife you're carrying, that weight is completely reasonable. You'll have no problems with it at all. We talked about gift. How about EDC POU, obviously. Utility knife. That's what its calling is. Both the large and small. No meaningful traction on these blades. They're utility blades, EDC blades. Maybe collectible if you have a high value that is super affordable knife collection going on. These would be two great additions. You guys remember when I talk about this, right? That collectability is not just for its going up in price, value. That's really a hit or miss proposition usually when we're talking about knives, unless they're special editions. I'm talking about for you, that you have a collection of knives, and the Crown maybe might be a good addition to that. I mean, for heck, $100, maybe $200, you can start a pretty sizable collection of these types of knives. You know, Tenacious by Spyderco, Ambitious, Crown. So they're not exactly lightweight. Getting back to the weight, it is what it is. There's reasons for that. It's a stainless steel bolstered knife. To be honest with you, which I always am, I don't like those. I don't like stainless steel bolsters on my knife. They may look good, they just add weight, and I don't think I need that type of torsional rigidity or strength for an EDC blade. Heck, for pretty much any of my folding knives. That's POUs as I see it. Size and weight, you can see the size of the blade. Let me open up the Crown 2 here. Good looking blade shape, so I just love the blade shapes. You know, I'm a sucker for, I don't know, non-trendy blade shapes. The classic designs is where I gravitate. I always have. It's rare I'll deviate from that formula, and so I give airtime to those knives which achieve that. The Kershaw Crown is one of those blades. Hollow ground. The steel is, I think, 8 CR13 MOV. If I'm wrong, I'll annotate it. I think that's what it is. Out of box, relatively sharp. They could probably do a better job. You guys got to remember, I'm really picky on my edges. It's okay. For the price level, I would say it has an excellent edge out of box. The tip is pretty strong and adequately precise for in-field first aid surgeries. Steel then is adequate. It's good. I hope I'm telling you right. I think that's what it is. I'm looking. I've been reviewing a lot of knives lately, so sometimes I get confused in the details. Again, I'll annotate if I'm wrong. Speed is excellent out of these knives. That was a bad deployment. There we go. Phosphor bronze bushing, and then on one side we have a nylon bushing at the pivot point. That's pretty standard. We see that a lot. Let me see if I can give you a good deployment. There you go. Better. Good speed out of these. Ambidextrous thumb studs, probably not my preferred design. but you can get traction on them. There's no handle occlusions which are meaningful. You can see it's cut out at least for righties. Lefties, you might have an issue with it. Right there. Speed is excellent. Lockup, from what I can see, is excellent as well. No movement at all. Left, right, up, or down, up and down. On these two examples, you might get one where there might be some lockup problems. I don't know. Handle construction. Again, stainless steel bolsters. There's the micarta handle slabs. I really like this blue one. It is a good looking blade. It looks more expensive than the price. Much more expensive, actually. The problem, perhaps ergonomically speaking, may be those sharp shoulders on it. They have square shoulders. The reason it's so, excuse me, it's so heavy is there's no milling of the liners there, dudes. Probably to save money. On the upside, it is pillar construction, so it's flow through for all the crap we have in our pockets. Probably my overall favorite style of construction. And you can see this one pivot right here. I'm sorry, that's a stop pin. That pillar functions as. Handle retention may be iffy on some of the models. On this blue one, the large, the regular crown, it's actually pretty decent. On this smaller one, it seems like the detent is a little bit weak, and so it'll come out sometimes. I think I've handled 4 of these, and it was mostly good. You might want to check that, though. Ergonomics. It is a classic, kind of a gentleman's folder EDC blade. That's what these knives are designed as. As such, they have classic ergonomics, which is to say no jimping, and really no attempts to bring it up to what perhaps are modern day, I shouldn't say modern day, but the latest, knife standards of ergonomics. That would be like jimping under here, on the top, maybe high traction handle slabs. Honestly though, that's really not the calling of this knife. It's about looks, classic designs. As an EDC blade, do the ergonomics work for me? Yeah, pretty much. That takes us to the clip. Okay. I'd give the clip itself maybe a 5 out of 10 for likability scale. One, it's not loop over, and we're going to have this portion hanging out from the pocket. We're stuck with that positioning on the clip. We can't go to any other corner. And it's kind of got some Wizard of Oz issues going on there. Goofy. Big old spoon thing right here. You can grab onto your, car. It is thick enough to accommodate those tactical pants you might be wearing. I don't know, would you run this knife with tactical pants? Probably not. Maybe jeans. It's okay. The clip does fine. Remember the price point. There's your liner lock. Speaking of lockup, forgot to show you that. 420 stainless steel, hardened steel. Adequately strong for the roll, like we see lots and lots. That brings us to durability, perhaps, and I would say, and quality for that matter, I would say it's above its price point. You might look for this too. Some examples will have maybe a loose fit between the stainless steel and the G10 handle slab. These, as you can see, looks pretty good. Overall, though, you're getting a lot of knife for your money. A lot of knife. The large is around $20. You might even see them on the Walmart pegs, and I think that's where I got these. The small is around $15. So for the steel, the speed, the lockup you're getting, the good looks you're getting, especially with this blue one. If you can take the weight, they're not lightweight knives. I could think of 50 others I'd prefer to carry, to be honest with you, on terms of weight. Then you'll like it. Cool factor's up there because the value is up there. That's a Nutnfancy review, and it's under 10 minutes. See ya.